So today's scary movie pick is Deadline by Brittany Murphy.
I don't want to be alone in the apartment. I don't feel safe here.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so first, let me just say, aren't legacies cool? And the reason why I say this is because, like I write books and I put out videos and I have my hands in so many different things, and I'm sure you do too. But it all really comes down to leaving a legacy. We're leaving something behind. It's going to last beyond our lifespan. And this brings me to the movie that we're going to do this week. It's called Deadline by Brittany Murphy. And Brittany Murphy passed away a long time ago. It's so sad. A lot of people remember her from the movie Clueless. She was like the new friend that moved into town. And I really actually wanted to talk about this movie because I wasn't, I didn't know that she actually had kind of a bunch of other movies after that she did that were horror. And one of the groups that I follow called Grim Life Collective, actually, they do a thing where they visit grave sites and they take movies and they line up shots and stuff. And I love them. But they also turn me on to other movies and different things that I can watch. And so I love that. So they were actually had mentioned a different scary movie, which I can't remember what it is now. And I'm going to actually go back and watch as many of her horror movies as I can. But the one that we're going to look at today is called Deadline, or the one that we're going to talk about today is called Deadline. And I'm just going to tell you my review right now. I really loved it. And the reason, there's so many reasons, but hopefully, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm pausing for a second only because my husband is doing lessons, music lessons in the back of the house, and I can hear horns and stuff. And so I hope that it's not coming through the audio here, but it may. So if you hear any noises in the background, that's what you're hearing. You're hearing music education happening. But anyway, let me just break down this review because this video is not going to be super long. I highly recommend that you go see this, and you can get it free on Tubi. I should have looked at this again. I can't remember, but I think it was like 2009 or something like that. It could be later. I don't remember exactly when she passed away, so I could be remembering the dates she passed. Regardless, it was shot a long time ago, but the reason why I'm recommending this is because they did something interesting where they didn't rely on the average jump scares. Now, don't get me wrong, they kind of trick you on certain things. So when you would expect it, it doesn't happen, but it might happen later when you don't expect it. And I really loved that aspect of it. Also, the storyline was really good, and half the time I didn't know what was going on. So this is really a thriller, and it takes place in a small setting, meaning that it's taking place inside a Victorian home. And you know how I love me a Victorian home. It is spooky. The filming is beautiful. Even, now in today's day and age with film and all that other stuff, it's timeless. They filmed it so beautifully where they really honored the beauty of the house, and they gave just the right amount of looking at how, making it creepy, and where old homes could be creepy. And it's just a really good storyline because you're trying the whole time to figure out what is really going on. Is this just a classic haunted house movie, or is there something deeper going on? Now, I don't know whether or not it's just me, or whether it's just in general other people will pick up on certain things. I tend to think that a lot of this is me because I'm a writer and I write horror fiction, that I can usually guess where something's going, or at least I can kind of guess what I think is happening, and a lot of times it turns out to be right. And so my husband and I were watching this, and I said, I think this is what's really happening. And when I said that to my husband, it didn't even dawn on him. And he was like, oh, yeah, you might be right. And it turned out in the end that it was. So I'm not giving any spoilers, but I really want you to pay attention and really think about what you think is really happening while you watch this. And it's definitely a scary movie. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 star because there was really nothing in it that I disliked. I thought that the storyline and all the threads to the story were complete. I thought the filming of it was beautiful. It sufficiently scared me. It gave me some jump scares without relying on just all the cheesy jump scares kind of threaded all together to make a scary movie. There was a deeper plot going on, and there was a subplot that you had to follow, and they didn't give it all away. It wasn't really till the very end that you kind of understood even more about her. And at the same time, they gave us enough about her, I felt, where I cared about what was going on with her. I was trying to figure out who she was and what she does. It's clear that she's a writer, but they never really go into detail. They just, from the dialogue, you kind of gather that something has happened to her that's been kind of traumatic, and that she's on this deadline to get something done, and she's going to go to this Victorian house to get away so she can focus, and she can kind of deal with herself there and just focus on getting this what we think is get a book written. And because they don't explicitly tell you about her book career or anything like that, we don't get to know anything about that. It's just kind of implied, and then all of a sudden we're in this Victorian house, and this is where everything comes to pass. So I loved it. I thought it left me thinking still about it, and I I think that really good movies will do that. Where they'll leave you with still wondering about certain things and whether or not you got that storyline right. And so the fact that also that you can get it on Tubi is wonderful. So I highly recommend that you guys go out and watch this. It's Brittany Murphy. It's called The Deadline. It's free on Tubi. You'll absolutely love it. It's a good cozy up. Get your favorite person to snuggle up with you under a blanket. Get some popcorn going. Dim the lights or turn the lights out. Light a few candles, and just save it for a Saturday or Friday night where you're cuddling up with someone that you like, or really love, and just enjoy this spooky movie together. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this spooky review. Please hit like and subscribe. Never miss a video by hitting that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Stay spooky. Thanks for watching.